welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much to everybody who has dropped comments below my videos this month for a chance to win a free reading with me as well. And I am waiting to hear back from my most recent winner, so be sure to check your notifications in case I have reached out to you via the comment section to get the ball rolling if you were chosen the winner. And if you are here for the very first time, or you are a subscriber and you haven't commented before, be sure to comment below any of my videos this month for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my Etsy link for a personal reading if you feel called to as well. Or you can check me out on Instagram, where I just post sometimes a chance to win a free mini read over there too. So just check me out there as well. But be sure to drop your comments. Be sure to hit your notification bells if you do, so that if you are chosen, we can get the ball rolling. Because I have a hard time sometimes getting my winners to reach out to me, and I want to definitely gift you with that reading. If you are new here, please join our beautiful soul family. We have amazing people here who are such a beautiful support of each other, because we're all going through the same common themes in life. And that's the whole purpose of tarot, is that it explores these beautiful common themes that we all go through on very individual bases. And so it's just a beautiful community of people where we can support each other in the comment section. So I appreciate you helping me do that and accomplish that task here as well. So I'm so happy to have you here. For today's pick a card reading, we are looking at the person on your mind and their actions towards you versus their true feelings. So how do they treat you versus how do they honestly feel about you? And is there a discrepancy there? We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the little 4 of Cups and a little panda bear and the yellow flower. Pile 2 with the Hermit and the sort of grayish flower. And pile 3 with the Chariot and the red flower. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today from Spirit. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today we're looking at the connection on your mind and how do they feel about you truly versus their actions towards you. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the yellow flower. And to the little panda bear here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind's current actions towards you versus their true feelings for you. You were drawn to the 4 of Cups, so maybe they're acting completely passive. Maybe they're ignoring you, or you feel ignored or overlooked in this connection. But appearances can be deceiving when it comes to how people act versus how they truly feel. Because in those cups, if you look closely, there's all these waves that are lapping up against the side of the cup. So there could be waves of emotion that this person isn't showing us in their actions versus their true feelings for you. So we'll start here. You may also feel kind of helpless to really pin down how this person truly feels about you in the present. But we're going to start with a comparison. We're going to look at their actions for you first. How are they treating pile 1, please? What are their actions towards pile 1 at this time? And then we're going to compare it to their true, honest feelings for you at this time as well. So how are they treating pile 1? Or what are their actions towards pile 1, please? I'm using the Anatomy Tarot for you for this section of the reading. We have the 4 of Wands. Ooh. We have the King of Cups. It could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What are their actions, please, towards pile number 1? We have the Justice. Ooh, this Justice is interesting because it has half a brain, half a heart symbol here. Back of the deck is already the 8 of Swords, though. So we're going to clarify this. How are they treating? What are their actions towards pile 1, please, at this time? We have the Knight of Wands. It's coming out here with the Ace of Swords and the 5 of Cups. We're going to compare those together. Kind of moving off the board. I'm trying to leave myself lots of room for their feelings for you. We have here the 4 of Cups, and there's your 4 of Cups. And on this 4 of Cups energy, you can see it says heroin, arsenic, morphine, cyanide, all of these really strong drugs or these really poisonous drugs, and it's supporting the calming tonic of the King of Cups. So they may be projecting to you that they're ignoring you. You may feel like they're ignoring you, but internalized here, it's like they may feel kind of helpless. That could be why they're acting like they're ignoring you. I feel like there could be a work connection here for someone watching. That doesn't have to resonate for everyone, but it does feel like it could resonate for at least one person. We have the Empress and we have the Judgment. This is someone who likes getting to know about you. Like, they like to get to know you. They want to continue to get to know you. I feel like they act perhaps very kind to you in the real world, and especially if you're working with this person. I feel like they're really kind to you, and I feel like it may be obvious to people around you that there's something between the two of you in some way. But it's like their head and their heart are having a battle, literally. And it's like they do try to compartmentalize almost their attraction for you versus their role that they play in your life. So I do feel like they even could be perhaps a boss, or you could be their boss or something, or you just work together. They also feel like they could have, it's like they're trying to be logical over how they treat you or the actions that they take. They feel like they have to treat you in a certain way because that's what's right, or that's what is appropriate when it comes to you, because they actually feel kind of helpless with how they have to act around you ultimately, I feel. We do have the Five of Cups with the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Wands, and it's supporting this Four of Wands. So I almost feel like there could be some flirtation that did exist between the two of you, or does exist between the two of you. I feel like it almost happened in the past when you first met. I also feel like there was like an instant rapport. So the two of you may be very friendly with each other in the environment that you know each other from, but there is a reality that kind of grieves the attraction in the 3D at this moment. And I feel like their actions represent that. I feel like they almost feel that they have to turn their back towards emotions towards you, or turn their back towards the truth of how they feel, which could come out as a representation to you that they don't care or that they're ignoring you in some way. The truth is that it almost feels like they're feeling helpless. But I feel like the two of you perhaps could talk often. And I feel like there is a flirtation cycle that did exist, at least in the very least in the past. But I feel like it was quickly understood that there are boundaries here, or that there are realities that sort of lay in the balance here with this Ace of Swords. And you can see the two daisies poking out here. And I think about the uncertainty of like confusion between the two of you. So I feel like there wasn't necessarily honest communication about how they truly felt, even amidst this flirtation. But there was definitely an understanding perhaps in the past of this connection that there was an attraction here. But I feel like since that point, they've had to really retreat because of responsibilities, or because of their perceptions of being off limits in some way. But also with this Four of Cups, and we're going to get more into how they truly feel, but I keep looking at that heroine energy, the cyanide, all of these different aspects. Yeah, and they're focusing me here on the brain with the morphine, and here's the big brain with the justice. So it's like logic sometimes they have to maintain logic as a front seat energy, but it's like logic sometimes they want to throw it into the back seat. So let's take a look here and see about their true feelings for you. I feel like they have to act unbothered around you, perhaps, as well, when they're around you. Because there's something about morality in their position. Here's the King of Cups, or King of Pentacles. You have the Three of Wands. How do they truly feel, please, about pile? I'm going to move this aside. In fact, I'm going to move this right out of here so we can have more room. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Chariot. Cancer energy. How do they truly feel, please? The Knight of Cups. This person, they really, really feel a lot of emotion for you, and they would love to have some type of expansion, but they feel helpless. So I feel like they're projecting this helplessness outwards, which could make them appear like they are overlooking you or ignoring you. But you can see all of these domino energy. It's like they're worried about the domino effect of their actions, the cause and effect of their actions, because they have a secret when it comes to you, and they want to express it, but it's going to require vulnerability. You really make this person feel attractive. You make them feel like you boost their ego. And they wish that they could have more, especially in the fire realm with you, pile one. And it's not just fire though. It's like they want to take a deep dive. They want to start with fire, but there's a vulnerability issue with this person. Like there is an emotional attachment to you too. It's like you are something special. You are something special that they have taken notice about. But it's like they're too afraid to dive down and take that deep dive with you. We have the Death reversed. And back of the deck is the Hermit with the Star. I feel like this person, their true feelings for you are that you are unattainable. You are the Star. You are the Empress energy. You don't have to be the Divine Feminine. It's all about energy. But they're like, it takes slow, calculated steps to achieve our goals here. And there's a lot of thirst that this person is actually feeling for you in the 3D right now. But they feel sort of stuck to be able to achieve what they want from you. Because I feel like there are a lot of practical investments with this connection. I feel like there even could be family for someone watching. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. The Six of Swords is them wishing with all their heart that they could express how they feel and bring it into the clarity realm, to bring it to the surface. But it's like they need a little bit of help. But I don't even think that your help could help, to be honest, because there's so many other practical concerns that keep them stagnant. And in this moment, they feel sort of drawn to you in a dangerous way, like a moth to a flame. So they may not be able to project that. But if they aren't projecting it even just a little bit, I feel, especially in the past of this connection, I feel like they're wrong if they think they haven't projected it, or I think that people are blind if they haven't seen some of this emotion creeping out into their behavior. Because they're worried about the information that they have about you or their feelings about you coming to the surface and affecting them. Let's get some. How do they truly feel, please, about pile number one? We have here the Dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light. And they're afraid of their feelings for you coming to light, because then they're going to have to adapt to change. And the Dragonfly can change directions very quickly. But if he wants to transform, the Dragonfly is laid under the surface of the water. So the mother dragonfly will drop her eggs under the surface, and then they will turn into little nymphs, and they'll eat everything in sight as they grow under the water. But then when they grow big enough, they crawl up and they take flight. So they really have to be an active participant to their own transformation. They have to be hungry for success. And now this person, they're hungry for you, but they're also hungry for their success. So there's this combative energy between you and their practical desires. Because we have the Phoenix, the new phase, wanting to rekindle, wanting to transform this connection, wanting to change their mind and grow. We have addiction, codependency, and wanting to ascend with you, pile one. But there are lots of obstacles to transcend. But it's like they feel like they need to do things to prepare for union, and that's where the Hermit energy comes in. When I see this card, I think of a bonsai tree, and I know that it takes a long time to train a bonsai tree into that form. And so it's like they feel like it's either going to take too long to get to you, or they've invested too many things into that tree of life to be able to create change, because they feel like there's many options. And when they think about you, pile one, they think about one night stands. They could think about decisions, and there is an aspect of stringing along the connection or having felt this way about you for a very long period of time. What are their truest feelings for pile number one right this moment, please? I believe our souls are very old friends. And I'm definitely wearing a mask in life because I don't know how you feel. How do they truly feel, please? I've learned a lot through the separation, but it doesn't feel like there's separation here for all. I feel like there is a connection here that you see this person often. What do you want from me? It's like they have curiosities about what you hope to see in this connection or how you feel. Because you are like a dream, something that they can't attain. I am thinking about you right this second. Missing you comes in waves. Tonight I'm drowning. I feel like there are songs too that really catch this person off guard when it comes to you. Twin flame connection. And I felt an instant connection. And I did feel that with the Four of Wands. I feel like the two of you had an instant rapport. Back of the deck says, home is wherever you are. And you make this person feel at home. You make this person, again, you boost their ego. You make them feel good about themselves. How do they truly feel right this moment, please? For pile number 1. We have here a moment. Think of a special moment that brought you much joy with your partner. And I feel like there are fleeting moments that they get to spend with you. Like very fleeting moments that they really kind of hold on to as well, because it's not a physical connection that you're having in this moment. It's an emotional connection. Telepathic energy. Close soul connections are harmoniously synchronized, creating moments of telepathy. And we have 1111, and they keep talking about twin flame energy. And we started with the Four of Wands. So this person could be some type of prompt for you, and you could be a bit of a prompt for this person to start to reflect upon what it is that's holding them back, if it's something practical or something emotional, so for them to clear out ultimately and really give in to their vulnerability that's being requested of them in your connection. What can you expect moving forward in this connection, please, for pile number 1? We have passages, spiritual passages of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. And it says, begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. This is acting as a trigger or a prompt or a passage for you or for this person, and perhaps a combination of both. And there is opportunity still within the dynamics of this connection to create change, but it's the Four of Cups begs the question, if we think we can, we can, and if we think we can't, we won't. So can we? That's the question it begs. Do we have the power to take back the control over our situations that we feel like are limiting the progress in this connection to create change? Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. The very last thought that this person had about pile 1 in a bowl, please. We have here the High Priestess, the Tower, and the Nine of Pentacles. Now the High Priestess and the Tower, or the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles are reversed. This person does get jealous over you sometimes, like they just get jealous. They don't have a right to, perhaps, but they do. And they don't really listen to the notes of intuition that are trying to tell them what to do to create change. They do keep their feelings for you a secret, and they are afraid of upheaval and permanent change if their feelings were brought to the surface. And this could be a real practical concern in their environment or their investments. And you distract them in the work environment, especially if you work with them. You distract them. Oh, we've got a lot going on. We have the letter J to start out. We have a blank card for creative accountability. That card's been coming out a lot. We also have here the Empress shell, and it's gray. I think of Hermit energy. I think of Virgo, so the Empress could be a Virgo. We have a bone. I think of bones to pick, so unanswered questions, unfinished business, and people who are keeping secrets. You're some sort of temptation for this person with the Siren. We have a little flower, forget-me-not, and we have the red rose of empowerment. We also have the slow handsaw and the King of Swords reverse. So I think of Libra energy and somebody who's not speaking their truth and hasn't for quite some time. I also think about chopping down a tree with that saw. We have the Queen of Swords. The Divine Feminine could also be an air sign as well. And there could be temptation for both of you. You could both be in other dynamics. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. We do have the fishbone, so Pisces, and I think about the Ten of Swords, so letting go of expectations and somebody who has their ego transfixed upon you. And we have the High Priestess curled shell, so secrets, keeping secrets about how they truly feel. Pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to share this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. It helps me to bring you guys more content. And be sure to hit your notification bell, as I just said. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for personal reading if you feel called to. But please come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the little gray flower or to the hermit, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, their actions towards you versus their true feelings towards you. Now, you could be perhaps a Virgo, or this person could be, but you can see that this little turtle, this tortoise, is retreated into his shell, and then there's the owl holding the key here. So it could be that this person is very passive towards you, or maybe it doesn't speak to you. Sometimes the hermit has retreated completely in a physical way. So there could be separation for some watching, but that doesn't have to resonate for everyone. It's just that there's a lot of secrets or a lot of hidden energies here between the two of you. So let's start here. We're going to start with their current actions towards you, pile 2. So how does this person act towards pile number 2? What is their treatment of pile 2 presently? Always remember, I'm dealing with collective energy, so please take the messages as they resonate here with you today and leave behind those that don't feel right to you. How do they treat pile number 2? We have the Chariot reversed. We have the 8 of Cups. I feel like there's a lot of stagnation in this connection here. We have the King of Wands. Back of the deck is the Temperance energy. Let's clarify this message. We have the Knight of Cups, and we have the World. The Knight of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups. It's interesting because I feel like there could be separation here for someone watching, because I feel like this person feels that they missed their chance to say anything to you. Back of the deck is the 8 of Wands with the Page of Wands. Now, the back of deck is this 8 of Wands energy, and it feels like a travel energy. It feels like this light in the dark, and it feels like darkness. So I don't feel like the two of you may be in communication at this time, it makes it very, very difficult for them to act towards you at all, which is why perhaps we've started with the Chariot in the reverse. And it could be that their lack of action in the past precipitated the no contact, or precipitated the themes or the energy surrounding how they feel about you now. Because there's a focus on walking away from something. There's a focus on walking away because I thought I knew better, or I thought I knew enough at that time. And I came to realize that I had consequences waiting for me after walking away. It's like they thought it would be easier to walk away. They thought that their focus would be easier to distract by walking away. And so I feel like their actions towards you are very nil. I feel like there's not a lot of contact between the two of you at this time. It doesn't mean that their focus isn't still here. Doesn't mean that there isn't a full spectrum or clarity that is available to you in context of the reading, of course, because there's a lot of curiosities here, but their strengths are being tested in order to even achieve fulfillment of those curiosities. Because this person keeps talking about unfinished cycles and their inability to be vulnerable enough with you to be able to leap into action in the past of this connection. But that's been a theme that's been carried through now to the present. So I feel like their actions towards you right now, pile 2, are very limited, if at all. There could be no contact here for some. Because there's a lot of like regret on both sides. I'm separating the 5 of Cups here. So there's like a lot of loss and regret from both sides of the connection here, including this person. But they keep showing me the lightning bolts. It's like they've had epiphanies about you since the disconnect. So how they're treating you in the present is definitely not a reflection of how they actually honestly feel, because they're already starting to give me indicators or clues as to how they're truly feeling. The curiosity that existed in the past is still present. The pressure that they felt to say something or to even do something with you to communicate through their actions how they felt is still present. And there is this reference here now to the past, to children, to reunions. You may have come of age with this person. This could be a friend of yours that you are no longer in contact with, or that didn't express themselves emotionally the way that they should have. Because this Knight of Cups had a lot to say, but he was too afraid or too ill-equipped or too immature. I'm just looking at this half-grown swan. It's not a full-grown swan. It's just still a signet in the process of growth. But it's like they had to express something and they were too passive. And now they feel like they're too late to say what they want to say. I feel like they're feeling really unfulfilled in the present realm. to be honest. Whatever present realm that looks like to them, that could be their environment at home, their environment at work, or just in relation to this connection overall. But their actions don't reflect that. Their actions don't reflect that. I feel like there's no action. Like they have retreated. They are the ones holding on to the key, holding on to that truth, because they've retreated from your life. We have the Knight of Swords. How do they truly feel versus their actions, Spirit? If they're not acting at all, how do they truly feel in this present moment? And we're starting with the Knight of Swords, which is a support right in the center of your reading, because they do have something they want to say. And it's like the reality, because they just talked about things running downhill. And you know that old saying about crap running downhill. It's like the consequences of their revelations connected to you in the present realm rolled downhill. It's like it really hit them like a ton of bricks, it felt like. Because now they're consumed with reunions. They think, but they've grown. Like, this is the Golden Girls Tarot, so it does depict older people. But as I said, it feels like you came of age with this person. So it could have been years in disconnect for someone watching. And now it's like nothing's really changed as far as their investment of emotion towards you, their aspect of friendship surrounding you. They think that you're a really good person. Like, they have a really high opinion of you. And I don't think there can be much that would defile that. And it's like I feel bad because it feels like they didn't say that to you and they wanted to, and they still want to say that to you. Because they want to be reunited. There's something special about you. Here's the Three of Pentacles. How do you truly feel at this time? Please, for pile number 2. The Three of Wands. I feel like everything's imbalanced. It's bugging me. There is an aspect too of this person watching you in the 3D as well. From afar, from a distance. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And they wonder if they're too late. They wonder if your investment, they feel like they're too late to say certain things. But they also wonder about whether or not they're too late, because they still consider you in the foundations of their obstacles. They still consider you if they've moved on into other dynamics, for instance, if they've grown up into new relationships, you are still thought of within the dynamics of those decisions. And so the Seven of Pentacles is them considering where they want to harvest their fruit from at this point when it comes to your connection. We have the Queen of Wands and we have the Four of Wands. Oh my goodness. You could be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. They now feel like their true feelings for you, especially since they've started to form a foundation, it almost feels like they didn't know any better in the past. It's like, I didn't know what love was. I didn't know what connection and true love was until I experienced life, until I experienced connections, until I started to build upon my foundations. And that's where all of these epiphanies, all of these lightning bolts really lay for me, for this person. It was as they were building their life, these lightning bolts about you came to the surface, and revelations came to the surface about you and the purpose that you served in this connection, because the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Wands, are cards of connection, are cards of purpose, and almost cards of like destiny. It's like twin flames. This person does feel like you were like the spark. It's like you were the first spark that they ever experienced in the past of their life, and coming of age. It just feels like you were the very first spark of attraction. And that spark hasn't gone out. Even though there's been a passage of time, that spark still seems to maintain. How do they truly feel right this moment, please? They are still intimidated about your experience or about your opinion of the situation. We have a lighthearted, carefree time. And they like to reminisce a lot about those times with you. About a time when things were simpler. We have here muddled, unclear thinking and getting back to basics. It says you should accept valid criticism. And they're really hard on themselves. As I said, the reality about what they've missed out on has hit them really hard. And they're really hard on themselves. And that's why they grieve here. That's why they, and that could even contribute to some unsatisfying energy that they experience in their present realm too. We have April being significant. There could be Aries energy here. We have honor, respect will come to you, and plenty of material things. So this person has lots to be grateful for, but they still are focused on a younger person. They're focused on a youth. They're focused on the past. Dealing with a relationship with a younger woman, and there's something almost taboo about how they feel about you now, because I feel like they're not allowed to, or they shouldn't still feel this way about you. Because when I see her little buns in her hair, I think about Princess Leia. For some reason, I think about the scene with her and her brother, and I think of the taboo energy. So there's something about how they shouldn't feel this way about you presently, but they still do. And so they're kind of lost in that past aspect. Lost reminiscing about the past. We have here the hammer, sabotage, persistence, working on it. Heart with the key, welcoming the one, getting together in perfect, and photograph, really looking at your photos, making memories, wanting to make new memories with you and feeling very nostalgic, and how they held back and they feel like they self-sabotage their own good fortune with you. Because here's the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, I could have had it all with you. If I had just stepped outside of my comfort zone, if I had just taken that risk, what could we have built together? Back of the deck says, need time, takes time. It says time to heal and making progress. But I feel like there's been a long period of time actually here where the two of you have been in disconnect. But that's why appearances are deceiving, and why actions versus true feelings is a good comparison to make. Helps us to look beyond what we're being shown, because heart-to-heart conversations are truly needed. This person wishes that they could honestly discuss their feelings with you, pile 2. And it may even been that you were more, you can see the young girl, she's imploring him to listen. It's like maybe they were given a lot of opportunities in the past and they feel like they squandered them. Yep, we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And there could be commitments that have been made or put in place with other people. But we have new love, a new person has stirred your romantic interests. And now we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And so they may be trying to build upon a new foundation already. And it's, even though there's a lot to be grateful for, I feel like they have a lot to be grateful for. It's like there's still something about your old attachment that takes the shine off of what they're building now. And it makes them wonder if anything could compare. That's what it feels like. It's sort of sad energy. It's like, could anything compare? How are they truly feeling right this moment? Please, for pile number 2. Yeah, I feel you leaving me behind. And it could be because they are watching you. They could be seeing the Divine Feminine working into new foundations. We need to let each other go. But I'm so attracted to you. I feel like they never expressed that to you. It almost feels like they were friends with you in the past. And they never even told you that they were attracted. I know that I messed up everything. And they're kicking themselves now. And just being near you is intoxicating. And I do regret not being honest. I do regret lying to you. It says, I know it was a distraction from your pain and we will be together again. But this distraction from your pain, this card is always sort of, I've always seen it as I don't know, it's always distracted me, because I feel like this is somebody who is feeling a really negative way and is trying to superimpose that feeling onto another person. So I feel like they're distracted by their own pain regarding this situation. Let's get a card to see what the future holds in the future of this connection, please, for pile number 2. What current true feelings, what does the future of this connection hold? We have bless this space. The sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. And we have hummingbird song. It says, nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. And the hummingbird came out reversed. There's an aspect of a lack of clarity coming forward here. And this bless this space is talking about Palo or Santo or Sage and about cleansing. So there may not be any progress in the future of this connection, but your guides are encouraging you and this person, of course, but we're speaking to you, to start the process of reflection, start the process of cleansing out anything that is impeding your progress moving forward. They're also saying that in order to create change here, that is what's required, is a change in direction and truly a clearance for growth. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. The very last thought that this person had about pile 2 in the bowl, please. We have the Four of Cups, the King, or not the King, the Emperor, and the King of Cups. There could be Taurus energy here. Could also be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So please take that as it resonates. The Emperor is reversed, which means he's feeling jealous. He's not feeling secure. He's not feeling confident. He's kind of got a bit of a chip on his shoulder when it comes to the past. So this last thought was kind of filled with helplessness, filled with a lot of emotion. It was driving the helplessness. And when the Divine Masculine is feeling really over emotional and he's feeling helpless about it, sometimes he turns it into like a negative aspect. So it's just feeling frustrated and feeling helpless. Missing their friend. That's what it feels like, missing their friend. And they would call you a friend, but I don't feel like you're just friends. In the bowl today, we have the saxophone. I think of the 90s music videos with somebody playing saxophone mournfully on a beach, so take that as it resonates. That could be a timeline reference. We have an open book, I think of education and honesty. We have the Divine Feminine, who was too afraid perhaps to step forward in the past. We also have the Divine Masculine, who was afraid to express themselves. It says, how I feel about you makes my heart long to be free. We also have the Butterfly of Transformation and the Fairy, so somebody who doesn't necessarily believe that you feel the same way. We have a wrench in our plans, and we have Leo energy. And we also have this aspect of somebody claiming their independence. Pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell, like this video, share this video so that it helps to bring more content out and it helps to reach more people. And be sure to hit your notification bell as well so that I can notify you if you're chosen the winner. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, or for Instagram. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the little red flower or to the Chariot energy, and this is your reading. The person on your mind's actions towards you versus their true feelings towards you. The Chariot's ruled by Cancer, so this person could perhaps be a Cancer. Sometimes there's an aspect about being emotionally torn in two different directions, or feeling a little bit imbalanced emotionally when thinking about this person, or just being really uncertain about how this person truly feels, because maybe one day they're hot, maybe one day they're cold. So let's take a look here and see. We're going to start with their true, or their actions towards you first, pile 3. How are they currently treating pile number 3? What are their actions towards pile number 3 at this time, please? Ooh. We have here the Judgment with the 6 of Coins coming out together. So we're going to pair those together. Now the 6 of Coins can really speak about a collaboration in the workplace. So please take that as it resonates. It doesn't have to reference the workplace, however. This Judgment card talks about, you can see this person sitting in a coffin. And this could be indicative of how this person speaks to you. It's like maybe there's not a lot of contact. This can even indicate that there's been no contact for someone, but that's not for everyone. So please take that as it resonates. They spend a lot of time reflecting upon the connection. We have the Fool. How do they act around pile number 3, please? Whoops. We have here the Ace of Coins and the Ace of Swords, and they're coming in the reversal, and they fell on the floor. So I'm going to put them with this center energy. We have the Eight of Wands. Back of the deck is the Hierophant. There definitely could be a connection here to a workplace or to some type of institution, education, maybe even church for someone. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. They could hold a leadership role in some way in their life. Maybe not with you, but they could. We have the Emperor. We have the Six of Swords. What's interesting is that I feel like this person has a lack of clarity. I feel like when they're dealing with you, or if they see you in the workplace, for instance, I feel like there's a complete lack of clarity between the two of you. I feel like they just clam up. They're very passive. They're very professional. The Emperor is very protective of his own emotions. We have the Ten of Coins. Back of the deck is the Three of Wands, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Three of Wands, you can see that these two wands kind of look like scythe energy here, because it's like if this person wasn't passive towards you, maybe there would be some sort of death energy associated with that action, because we have this Wheel of Fortune and we have the Two of Cups. Oh my goodness, and there's yarrow. It says love tonic. And yarrow is like a wild carrot. It's like a temptation that's coaxing us into something new. I think appearances can be really deceiving when it comes to this person, because ultimately the way that they treat you, again, if you're disconnected completely, then it stresses them out and there's no contact here. But I feel like even if you're working with this person, it's very professional, or it's all business, or it's all, it seems very professional. I feel like even if they have stepped outside of their comfort zone a little bit to be flirty, I feel like that would even be a stretch for this person to be flirty, because it's like that makes them feel really insecure. It makes them feel really stressed out, almost even. There's the Ace of Swords. There's the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like you have the opportunity to talk to this person. I feel like you've had multiple opportunities to speak with this person, and they've left it laying in the balance. Like there's always bones to pick afterwards, Spirit says. The Six of Swords is talking about a transition into clarity that perhaps they need help with. It's like if we're going to have clarity, this person may not be able to come forward to express themselves to you. They just may not have that confidence or that courage to do so. And I feel like this Chariot energy, this could be coming from the Divine Feminine, where you're just uncertain of like, maybe there's something here, maybe they don't feel anything for me. And Spirit is already speaking about this person's feelings in the 3D. So we're going to be moving that over to the second section in a second. But there's a lot of uncertainty coming from the Divine Feminine energy, because I feel like this person's very, very passive towards you. I feel like even when baited in some way, they're kind of really passive towards you, because they're so acutely aware of what happens if they give in to that temptation. And now they're showing me the poppy energy, and they're like showing somebody falling asleep. It's like being kind of drugged or something. It's like feeling like they're under your influence. If they give into this temptation, if they give into this drug, then they're worried that they're going to suffer the consequences in some way. But I feel like they let stress and insecurity really disappoint you with how they treat you in the 3D. But it's a reflection of them and their own fears and their own worries and their own disappointment that they express that outwards, because I feel like they retreat a lot. I feel like coming out with this judgment and then sitting in a coffin is very indicative of how they actually act towards you and this opportunity in the 3D. But let's take a look here. How do they truly feel about pile number 3, please? What are their true feelings versus their actions, which I feel like are very lackluster towards you? There's the Nine of Cups. Oh my goodness, this person's almost crushing on you. And I feel like even saying that they're crushing on you, it almost sort of laughs in the face of who this person is. It's like they feel very stoic, very businesslike, very protective. But you seem like an unattainable desire that they're hiding. They're keeping a secret. We do have the aspect of friendship in the present moment here. They enjoy your company when you are around. Like the Three of Cups is somebody who we celebrate with, who we have fun with. There's levity surrounding it. And you represent perhaps a complete contrast to what they have to deal with in the 3D day to day. It's like you make work more fun, perhaps. But this beautiful Three of Cups is such a beautiful color of orange of the full spectrum of the sun. We have the Nine of Swords. And they overthink so much when it comes to you, pile 3. Because they can't tell you how they feel. And it's like they feel like they go unnoticed, that their feelings are going unnoticed. These worms that toil under the surface just to better our environment, just to aerate the soil for us and make it fertile. It's like they work, there's an aspect of all the work they put in and how all the energy that they flood towards you that goes unnoticed. So they feel overlooked or unnoticed by you in that environment. Here's the Three of Pentacles. And this Judgment energy, I feel like, is them reflecting a lot over you. But they feel sometimes ignored and unnoticed. We have the Page of Wands. And they don't want that. Like, they're very curious about you. They want that equality. They want that mirrored energy back at them. Because there's cherry blossoms all over this little branch. And there's this feeling about such curiosity surrounding you and wanting to close the chapter in life on all these responsibilities and wanting to go towards you with all of this levity and joy and abundance. We have the Seven of Pentacles. But that seems to be the contrast. The Seven of Pentacles is supporting the Three of Cups. And this is the environment that they've invested in. And this environment can be practical, it can be in work, and can be in home. It can be a combination of those two things. But it's like the time they've invested into a friendship or the time they've invested into their practical concerns over here, it gets in the way or is combative with this desire to spend time with you, or this desire to just experience joy and no responsibilities in the 3D. We have the Hanged Man and we have the King of Swords. And this person does feel like it's important to be logical when it comes to actually taking action. Like they feel like it's wishful thinking. It's like they're crushing really, really hard on you, and their attraction is very palpable. Like it's very physical in nature. They think that you're beautiful. And if you're not the Divine Feminine, they think that you're very attractive. Like they just think that you're very beautiful. You could even be a mother, so please take that as it resonates. You can see the little fawn here, so you could actually have a family. But they're more so prioritizing the Divine Feminine and all of the ways that you've impressed this person. Not just with your physical beauty, but with your intelligence, with your ability to manage a lot of different things. It's like your ability to juggle a lot of different things. You've really impressed them. And that's only made them like you more. But it's like they're stuck between their heart and their head. And their heart and their head are telling them, their logic is stepping forward saying, well, we need to maintain our space because it's not logical to offer the full spectrum, because what will happen? It's like, what will happen if we offer the full spectrum? How do they truly feel, please, about pile number 3? We have here the butterfly. There's a very similar vibe to this reading and pile 2's reading. So please take that as it resonates, or maybe pile 1. But there's a similar energy here. If things are brought to light, they're going to have to change and adapt. And there's an aspect about being hungry for success with the dragonfly and having to change directions if they decided to come towards you. We have wanting to be single, living in the moment, having fun, girl talk. And there's an aspect of friendship here. But I don't feel like this person's 100% available, or I don't feel like you're 100% available. I feel like you're both mirroring each other. It says here, they introspect about this connection quite a bit. You guys are mirroring each other's feelings, and they are wearing false masks when it comes to you. Pretending, deluding, gaslighting, and even being dishonest with themselves about how they truly feel. We have here fan, romance, party, celebration, but lots of obstacles to overcome. And that's like the difference between the having fun and going out energy of the Three of Cups and the obstacles, the investments that we've made. We have chains. They're worried about a chain of events that will affect their life, but they have a desire for great passion. And that's the Page of Wands with those cherries, those cherry blossoms. Great passion towards you. But if they take advantage of that great passion, then they're worried about the tower falling. There's also attachment energies. You will be taken care of in difficult times, the Staff. Now with this particular card, sometimes I literally think of like staff within the work environment. So please take that as it resonates. And it could be, again, that they have built up a foundation of security or practical security for themselves, that if they give into this great passion, could be as a part of that chain of events. Because wrapped around the staff, it looks like a snake wrapping around this staff. And when I think of the staff, I think about something grounding us as we walk and hike through the woods. And if there's a temptation surrounding that grounding energy, it can really throw us off course. And we have Star, Aquarius energy, and Money Path. So you could have met this person again in some type of institution or environment like that, even like banks, government agencies, things of that nature. They definitely put you up on this Star category, or they are wishing upon you, or they're focused upon you in some type of crush situation at this time too. How do they truly feel at this time, please? Towards pile number 3. They have a huge amount of attraction for you. And they enjoy watching you in the moment as well. It says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. They like watching you in the environment that they know you from. We have let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. And we have here release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Back of the deck says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations. Now, the release your ex could come in because of the practical concerns in place, and that could be what they feel like has to happen in order to achieve growth with you, because they do consider upheaval in their practical realm when it comes to this attraction. And their attraction is very, very fiery in nature, pile 3. Let's get some message cards from this person's perspective. How are they currently feeling, please? What are their true feelings for pile number 3? We were friends first, and I missed that. I would try again in a heartbeat. How are they truly feeling about pile number 3? It's like if they were given the chance, they would not, if they could go back in time and make new decisions, they would choose differently. This feels like an obsession. I just said just saw you make it easy to love you. I would have a family with you. That could be communicating that there are family units involved, so please take that as it resonates. Or again, if the divine feminine is if there's like a single mom energy, there's an aspect of them claiming that they would step up to that plate. You make me hot. Oops. We are not on the same level. I do not deserve you. That's the Star energy of them crushing upon you. And there are karmic lessons here at play. So that could mean that there are karmic relationships at play, but also old soulmate contracts. And even the Nine of Swords, it's a certain amount of rumination. I'm wearing a mask. And I'm making plans, but I need time. Back of the deck says, I don't know how to let this go. It feels like an obsession. They don't know how to let this go. So it's almost like a habit that they're forming when it comes to focusing on you, pile 3. What does the future of this connection hold for pile number 3, please? Oh, we have 2 coming out. Oh, we have distance, A distant kiss and a prayer flag. I wish of all wishes that you were near, or that you were here. Through sunlight and rain, I need you near. And deeper. You're not finished. You're not yet done. Dig deeper. Dig deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on. Hold on. And we have passages. Spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through the passages of your transformation. I do feel like this is going to continue. I feel like the desire is going to continue. I also feel like the overthinking and the lack of action is also going to continue. That's why the waving of the flag is in the distance, and that's why they're asking you to anticipate more of this to come. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. What was the very last thought that pile 3's person had about them in the bowl, please? 8 of Swords, feeling restricted. Very strong Scorpio energy, and we have Libra, Aquarius, Gemini in the bowl as well. This person has a lot that they've suppressed below the surface, and they're not listening to their intuition to bring it up. Unfortunately, they're listening to logic, or their version of it, but their version of logic is keeping them imprisoned, or at least in their version of events, keeping them stuck from being able to create change in their environment. So they feel helpless within that, but they've put themselves in that helpless prison. And so their last thought was just really surrounding helplessness and really surrounding everything that they haven't been able to say. But there's a leadership quality to this person. I feel like they're an educator, or they speak a lot for their job. There's just a leadership role that this person's bringing forward. We have the letter R. We do have lips, the red lips of attraction. We have made with love, I think of little kids. We also have here a divine masculine shoe next to this little cloud of temporary problems, and they do claim that they are making plans towards you, pile 3. So this person may have intentions. We also have a mask being worn here, and Aries energy. We have the hatchet, so I think of the tree of life or investments. And we have looking at things from a higher perspective in order to see the discernible truth, because this person has to wear a certain mask in their environment. And so you have to look beyond what they show you to see the truth of that situation. But they also feel there's also an aspect of them wanting to take some type of action towards you. We also have the divine feminine in the bowl here as Our Lady Mary in the bowl with her sacred heart. She's got roses around her heart. And I think about motherhood with her. So please take that as it resonates. Pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. Be sure to share this video, like it, subscribe. It helps me to bring you guys more content as well. You can also check out my link below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.